food.
Ooh, I have some OG white crimes.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of outlaw mud show white women of the 17th and 18th century who was out here doing all kinds of shit. Do you know? So they love when they want to call us and follow us around stores and all kinds of things. They need to look back into their history. Okay, so Moll Cutpurse, born Mary Frith, was notorious in the 17th century London. She began Moll, M-O-L-L, Moll Cutpurse.
Moll.
Okay. But she was born Mary Frith.
Okay.
So she began her life of crime as a common pickpocket.
Okay.
Okay, then she expanded her territory and became a highway robber dressed in men's clothing.
I love an enterprising woman.
Finally, after a stint in jail, she opened a shop in London that she used as a cover for selling stolen items.
Okay, an enterprising queen.
Yeah.
But still, she was stealing from her own kind.
Which is fine by me.
Which is fine.
Yeah, in that sense. Not us.
No, but in that world, and
because I feel like she was stealing in London. Yeah, you were only stealing
shillings
from,
and whatever they described it.
Porridge and yeah. What did Scrooge McDuck? What was he rolling around in? Rubies. I don't know.
Oh, when he was diving in coins
gold coins and I don't mind when they rob each other.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
like Martha Stewart did. So
she just refused to snitch. She wasn't really robbing anybody.
Yeah, well, somebody snitched and said, you should get your money out, girl, and she did, and legally you're not supposed to do that. However, it happened, and she didn't want to snitch on who did it, so she went to jail.
What about all those white ladies still in college?
My favorite story, because I will never call. You need to answer.
Oh, perfect. We should be done recording by then. Yeah, we'll make a plan as soon as you get here. Okay. See you in a bit. All right.
What was I talking about?
White lady still in college.
Oh yeah, my favorite story. With Felonious Hoffman. And
Becky.
Yes, on Criminal.
Was Laura Dern a part of that?
No, she wasn't.
Oh, why do I always attribute to her still in college too?
She looks like the type, but she didn't.
Okay, fair.
But no, it was Felicity Huffman and Aunt Becky. Mm-hmm. Desperate Housewives, American Crime, not American Crime Story, American Crime. William H. Macy's wife.
Oh yeah, okay.
And Aunt Becky is married to Massimo, which even was like,
how are y'all too rich to be still in college?
Too much money.
Like, this is crazy.
Like, y'all steal education. Like, that's nuts.
I see why I thought it was Laura Dern.
Yeah,
they look to stay both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they stole. Not even stole. Like, they flubbed so that they can scam their kids into USC or whatever top colleges or whatever.
They stole college,
which is so dumb because we've all learned that white women go to college not to learn.
Okay, because they go to find husbands.
Exactly. Y'all have money already. Like, y'all don't need.
They either go to find husbands or explore, or both.
Mm-hmm. Or they do something frivolous and become like
you know what college is for white women? Outside of like matchmaker, make me a match.
Mm-hmm.
What did I say? The Amish rump shaker. Rumpelstiltskin.
I forget a rump something.
Rim digger.
A rum digger. That's what it was called.
Where?
Right? Yeah, I think it was a rum digger. I think that's what we found.
What's the holiday when Amish people get up?
Oh my gosh.
First of all, Google recognizing how Rum Springer.
Yeah, rum springer.
Yes, that's where they let the Amish kids run off and get bucked in the
Mhm.
world.
Mhm.
But that's really what college is for white women. Like, is Love Island and Rum Shaker.
Yeah, it's like hedonism.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, there's some, and I'm sure there's people going to be like, "Oh my gosh, how can you say that?" But we all know statistically that's true.
Also, like, I hope their kids in a couple of years assess and be like, hold on. My mother called me stupid.
Yeah, my mother called me inept, incapable.
Like, I can't even.
You know, my parents didn't believe in me at all.
No. So she scammed before we even had a chance,
I had a
unless
chance to prove myself.
unless they already knew the kids were failures.
So in that case, she was being a decent mother.
I mean, by any means necessary. You know what I mean?
I
was like, would I do it?
Because if you
No,
know
they're not letting no
if
till
you
college.
know your kid is not special in education, then don't steal education. You encourage them to do other things like underwater basket weaving.
Hell, a trade school.
Exactly. Refrigerator college.
This is what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be, and there's no shame in being a celebrity plumber. I honestly think that's a wonderful idea. You could get a full
I've
show
never
on
heard of it
HGTV.
before. Hello, it's niche.
Hello. You can have a whole podcast about it. You know what I mean? Like, imagine, like, Patrick Schwarzenegger didn't get to be a movie star. He just became like.
Is that the white boy? That's from White Lotus?
Yes. Arnold Schwarzenegger's son.
He really should have been on Wall Street because that's what he looks like.
Mm-hmm. Which is so funny because he don't look like his son, but the one he had with the maid do look exactly like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The maid son?
Oh, you didn't know the scandal?
No.
White crime girl. So, Arnold Schwarzenegger was married to the Rottweilers family, the Kennedys. The Kennedys. So he married Maria Shriver, right?
Okay.
So whatever, blah, 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 blah. Married, they had Patrick Schwarzenegger and their daughter, whatever. However, around the same time that Maria was pregnant with Patrick, or their daughter, I believe, he was creeping with the maid. The maid did not tell him that it was his baby. One day, Arnold was just looking around at the child and was like, huh, this looks familiar. I'm looking in a mirror. And if you look at him now, he looks exactly like Arnold Schwarzenegger. His name is like Joe something. He doesn't have the Schwarzenegger name, obviously.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, Project Twin, because they are Project Twins.
Also, that's a Bible story.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember
also the biggest chronicalization of white on white crime.
What?
The Bible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Judas, Jesus.
Because remember the lady who was married to the man who was supposed to be the father of all the nations? Mm-hmm. She couldn't have no babies. So she was like, you got to go have a baby with the maid. Mm-hmm. And then he had a baby with the maid. And then those babies were going to be blessed too. But then she got pregnant on the miracles. And, little miracles. And then they had Project Twins. So now they both blessed lineages. And then now she's like, no, that because now I had a baby.
Bible stories is Jade.
Hold on. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Kid with maid. Oh, Terminator 7. Oh.
He looks exactly like.
Oh, that's the maid. That's crazy. Also, like, I'm not mad at her, you know what I mean? And I'm sure she's getting paid.
Oh yeah.
But like, you just like this is problematic and misogynistic. And
Oh, it's okay.
so my mom was a hoe.
You know,
My mom was her boss at work.
hey,
I mean,
that's
hoe,
the truth, though.
for
But
lack of a
that's
better. My
true.
mom was her.
I think that yeah, like all these people and like yeah,
When my mother used to be a massage therapist, and she had like football player clients and actors and stuff. Every time she come home, me and my sister would be like, "Did you massage their butts?"
grow up. Oh, valid question though. Yeah.
And she'd be like, "Yeah, massage their butts is part of it." We'd be like, we look at her a little different. So I wonder, like, a whole kid,
Yeah,
like you knew they was on each other. You'd be like,
this is what I talk about on reality TV, like on Never Ever Mets or whatever, right? Like there's going to be a point, or Love After Lockup, there's going to be a point where your child is going to watch this and have horrible opinions about
I
you
told
as a
you,
human being.
Kaylani's children are going to revolt against her.
Like that's
You lied on 3 of us, and then the baby's gonna be like, my belly button didn't fall off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you was up here making pottery with a who don't like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pumping for what? What was we doing with what were we doing? What were we doing with the milk?
Like you abandoned me to be with a man that don't like you. And it's on documented on 10 hours on Oprah Winfrey's network.
For 10 episodes to the very last minute, where if that would have said yes, you would have said yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. So your mother chose the dirty over you, and
I'm just saying.
You know,
we watch little complexes develop every day.
Exactly, a white crime on white
little
crime.
complexes develop every day.
Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Hit it, Claude.